Thanks for tuning in again. I'm Michaela Love, Parelli Professional, and this month we're going to be talking about how to mount your horse safely. For those of you who have been in the program, you may have heard Pat talk about how mounting a horse as it's walking away is almost like if a ship were sinking, you were to run across the dock and say, "Wait for me," and jump on. We wouldn't do that, but for some reason we do it with our horses. So I want to give you a couple things to keep in mind before you swing your leg over. You may have noticed that I picked a short horse for this presentation, but don't worry, we're going to talk about how to mount from a fence for those of you with tall horses. This is Tango here. He's going to help me present on mounting from the ground safely. The first thing I'm going to check is, are my horse's feet square? If they're off kilter, once my butt hits the saddle, they're going to have to stabilize themselves and may end up walking off. So I'm going to check that first. That feels pretty good to me, so I'm going to find my stirrup. And the very first thing I need to do is grab rein and mane. And I like to have enough rein that I can see my horse's eye. That way I can read him throughout the experience if he gets disconnected, like there. Is he nervous? It just keeps both of us safe. From here, I'm going to do a count of 3 and then put my hip in the saddle. 1, 2, 3. Now this is my next checkpoint. This is where I can read, am I getting on a sinking ship or is he stable? And if he were to walk off here, I could just lift to stop adrift. But he feels pretty good to me. I feel like I have a green light, so I'm going to go ahead and swing my leg over. Find my stirrup. And again, at this point, if he were to walk off, I could just use one rein or both to back him up to where we started. Whether you're physically unable, own a giant horse, or want to preserve your horse's back, mounting from a fence can be a great option. This is my new horse, Quest. He has not been taught how to pick me up from the fence yet, so I want to show you a start to finish, how you can teach your horse to act like a partner and come pick you up from the fence. Now I know once I get up there, I'm going to need to use rhythmic motion to teach him to saddle up to the fence. So before I even get up there, I'm just going to check in and see if my driving game is working. Now I'm probably going to use my stick over his back about here, so I'm going to practice that spot on each side. Perfect. Going to check both sides just for good measure. Good. So having that understanding will help my horse bridge the gap from when I'm playing with him on the ground and now trying to teach him something new from up above him. So I like to start teaching this with a halter so that if I need to put some pressure in zone 1 and tell him to slow down or not walk forward, I can do that without pulling on the bit or being inside of his mouth. So you can go ahead and watch and just see how we work through this. Basically, I'm trying to teach him to find the sweet spot, which would be for his withers, or where the saddle would be, to be right here by my knee. Anytime he's on the right track, I'm going to reward. It's okay if he does that. I'm just going to make it clear that that's not the right answer. The sweet spot is over here. Good boy. So whenever I'm teaching something new, I like to remember the phrase, expect a lot, accept a little, and reward often. You may be thinking that looked too easy, but honestly it's a testament to a good foundation in building communication on the ground first. It translates to the saddle. When I think about the 7 games in the Parelli program, I like to think about the first 3, the principal games, are like my staple ingredients: eggs, butter, milk. Once you have those down, you can create anything. My driving game, because I focused on that the last couple weeks, is working really good. So it was available to me, and he understood very clearly how to yield to rhythmic pressure.